Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia Darlene. I make a bunch of videos all about pregnancy, my pregnancy journey from week 6 all the way to 40. I mean, I'm not there yet, but we'll see how this goes, how many weeks I go. I do have a 1-year-old, and with her, we went all the way to 37 weeks. So like I said, we'll just see how far I go with this pregnancy journey. But I want to welcome you to my channel. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do that. Just so I can keep making videos for you guys all about, like I said, my journey or tips and tricks that I have, breastfeeding, all that stuff. So this video is just going to be about week 15. So if you are pregnant or trying to conceive, I just want to say congratulations on this crazy awesome journey. The first trimester is gonna be the hardest, but now that you're in your second trimester, hopefully all those crazy pregnancy symptoms that you've previously had, hopefully they start to ease up. I'm talking morning sickness, trips to the bathroom, really tired, fatigue, I guess what it's called, food aversions, all that kind of stuff hopefully will start to ease up in your second trimester, which is now. So hopefully you start to feel a little bit better, a little bit more like yourself, and a little bit less crappy first trimester pregnancy stuff. Let's get into week 15, we're gonna talk all about baby and about mama. So right now at week 15, your baby is about the size of a pear, which is about 4 inches and 2 ounces in weight. Your baby's legs are now longer than your baby's arms, so it's looking more like a human, and your baby can move all of their joints and limbs. And also, if you have an ultrasound coming up at this week, all the way to the next, all the way from about this week to week 20, or I guess this week and this week on, you'll be able to tell what you're having, if you're having a boy or a girl, or if you're just waiting until you birth the baby, that's completely fine too. I mean, I wanted to do that with our second. I wanted to wait until we just birth the baby to see if it's a boy or girl, and that's what it is. But my husband's a super planner. He has to have a plan, a game plan for everything. So he's like, nope, I need to know exactly what we're having, just to be prepared, because a girl, obviously we have a girl room because we already have a little girl and they can share. If we have a boy, we do not have another room. So he's kind of like wanting to be prepared and wanting to be on top of it. So I have an ultrasound in a couple weeks and I'll let you guys know what we are having. So at this time, your baby can pretty much sense light. So if you were to shine a flashlight on your stomach, your baby can pretty much see it, and you might be able to feel some bumps if your baby happens to be awake. We tried this with just like the flashlight on my phone to see if anything happened, and it didn't. But I mean, you can totally try it and see if you get any luck with your baby. So amniotic fluid, I think that's how you pronounce it, is going through your baby's nose now, helping the air sacs in your baby's lungs to develop. So that's really awesome. So your baby can breathe on its own. That's super important in week 15. And your baby is starting to have their ears, their nose, their eyes, everything kind of moving into place on their face. And just know at week 15, you probably have already popped, so meaning that you look pregnant now. You don't just look bloated or like you've eaten too much. And that's pretty much because your baby is 4 inches long now and it's rapidly growing. Plus you have your placenta and your uterus is just growing and expanding. I know we talked about right ligament pain last week in week 14. So just know that that's probably why you have popped recently within these last couple of weeks. If you haven't, it's gonna happen any week now for you. So we are currently in, I guess like season, cold and flu season right now, but just another pregnancy symptom is constantly having a stuffy nose. I know I had a stuffy nose for a couple of weeks, even to now, and it would just not go away. And this is something that I actually looked up, and this is like a real thing. It's called pregnancy rhinitis, I believe. So it's just like a constant stuffy nose that doesn't go away because of increased blood flow to your mucous membranes. Crazy, like you don't have to deal with everything else going on, but you might have a stuffy nose that doesn't go away. Just know that that could be a pregnancy symptom. Some women also get like nosebleeds, so just know that's also from the increased blood flow to your mucous membranes, and that is completely normal if you have some nosebleeds. I would just mention it to my OB in the next appointment that I had, but just know that that is pretty common. Another thing along with like the increased blood flow is you might have like red swollen gums. I know that they say it's super important to have good oral hygiene right now, just because there's something else with like the gingivitis, like pregnancy gingivitis or something. It's called something like that. But just know that you should not cancel any of your dentist appointments. You should be flossing, brushing your teeth. You can rinse after you eat. Just kind of keep your teeth and your gums healthy during this time. I do mouthwash, floss, brush my teeth, kind of make sure that I'm on top of it. I don't skip my dentist appointments, but just know that that's also just from like the increased blood flow that you might have a little bit of swollen or bleeding gums. So now that your stomach is pretty much popped, or it's just a little bit bigger now, it's a good idea, if you haven't already, to start sleeping on your side. So don't sleep on your stomach, don't sleep on your back. It's okay if you wake up in the middle of the night and you are on your back, just go back to your side. They say not to sleep on your back because it can restrict blood flow to your growing uterus. So I've been trying to get into the habit of sleeping on my side, which I pretty much was a side sleeper before this, but I'm just getting into more of a habit. If I do wake up on my back, I just, kind of flip to the side. I have heard previously that it's better to sleep on your left side than your right side. I pretty much will just transfer between sides. Personally, I don't know why exactly the left side is better. That's just something that I've heard in the past. So if you haven't started doing that, it'd be a good idea to start sleeping on your side. If you're not comfortable with it, you can get a pregnancy pillow. So that's pretty much just like a big round, or like a big U, I guess, and it goes all the way from this side all the way around you to the back of you, so you're kind of like comfortable front and back. So if you haven't got one of those, you can get one of those. If not, you can just kind of put pillows all the way around you, and to just be a little bit more comfortable at night. So just know that your baby is just constantly kicking, moving its arms, moving its legs. At this time, you probably won't be able to feel it yet, just because your baby's only 4 inches and only about 2.5 ounces in weight. You might be able to feel it if you are on like the thinner side. If not, I mean, you might not be able to feel it, but you will start to feel it in the next couple of weeks. So that's something exciting to look forward to. But just know that your baby is already doing aerobics class inside of you. So just enjoy this trimester, the second trimester. Like I've mentioned, this is the one that expecting mothers absolutely love, because you don't have all the crazy pregnancy symptoms of your first trimester, like the morning sickness, the trips to the bathroom, the queasiness, nauseousness, food aversions, heightened sense of smell. All that stuff is probably eased up by now, hopefully, or it will in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, hopefully. And it's not as crazy as your third trimester because you're not completely huge yet. I remember my feet were swollen, just a whole bunch of stuff. I know this one's a little different because I'm actually pregnant in the winter, with finding that I prefer now because I was just super swollen and hot and uncomfortable with my first. But second trimester, like I said, you'll not be as big as your third. You won't have as many symptoms as your first trimester. So the second one is hopefully the best. You'll start feeling like yourself, you'll have energy, and you'll just be feeling great. You'll have plenty of time to prepare for your baby, read all about them, and just know that you are in your 4th month of pregnancy. I do have a chart I list at the bottom in the description of the video. You can take a screenshot of it just so you know exactly what trimester, month, and week that you are in. So you only have 5 more months to go, and we will see you next week for week 16, and just know that you are doing a great job. All right, have a good one.